The Vivanta by Taj Coral Reef in the Maldives is about as close as you can get to paradise without remortgaging the house. The staff all have customer service down to a T, the food couldn't be more varied, and the room is so nice it's the most fun I've had standing still. If you're thinking of staying at the Coral Reef, we will help you decide if this really is the place for you with some tips and tricks along the way. Or if you're just interested in seeing what all of the Maldives fuss is about, then stay with us. We will be going through the sorts of things to expect in any Maldives holiday, as well as some money-saving methods to get the most from your coinage. This is Suitcase Monkey on Vivanta by Taj Coral Reef in the Maldives. First, let's start with accommodation. We questioned for months whether the upgrade cost from a beach villa to a water villa would actually be worth it. If ever you are browsing holidays in the Maldives, checking that box that says water villa can often make for an eye-watering increase. But for us, staying in a house on the stilts was a bucket list item, and I'm pleased to say it was worth it in the end. Waking up in the morning and being able to sit here with this calm, relaxing view was a highlight of our stay. One morning we had a heron join us out of the blue. Fish were constantly visible in the water, and there's even a school of stingrays that swim past around 6 p.m. every single night. Later in the evening, we will be treated to a sunset right in front of us, and for the most part, it all felt like a very private experience, despite having neighbours either side of us. The room itself was of a very high quality, with lots of space for two people. In the living room, there are all the amenities you would hope for. Moving into the bathroom, they have a really nice dual power shower. They also had a large bath, which of course had to be sampled, but only for the purpose of this review. An alternative option are the beach villas, located on the other side of the island. From what I've seen from promotional footage on Vivanta's website, internally they are very similar, if not the same. The beach in front is beautiful white sand and was always kept clean throughout our stay. It was also great that we didn't need any mosquito spray while we were there. The staff gassed the island with insect repellent twice a day to keep the bugs away. Whether you stay in a water or beach villa, you can't really make a wrong decision. Overall, it's how important the whole house on the stilts experience is for you. But either way, you can be safe in the knowledge that you will not be disappointed with your accommodation, since every aspect of our room was first class. While I wasn't overwhelmed with the optional extras provided at Coral Reef, sometimes due to their cost, there are many great options to break up your time here. For free, and being one of the highlights of the day, is the 5 p.m. feeding of the stingrays. A tradition 20 years in the making, you get the chance to feed the countless stingrays as they swim up close and personal. Some days this would include sharks and all other manner of creatures in a feeding frenzy. It was always followed by some light bites on the beach and was a nice time where everyone on the island comes together. The package we had booked, which we'll get into later in this video, included a sunset cruise, which is normally a payable trip. This involved an hour or so on a boat, watching the sun go down. Since we were staying in the water villa, this didn't really offer anything we hadn't seen already, but it was nice to look at the island we've been living on from afar. What we did love was the really high-quality couples massage. Complete with an elegant reception, dressing rooms and preparation areas, a massage is usually on our to-do list, and this definitely ranks amongst one of the best we've had together. As additional activities, these range from private dining to boat excursions, island hopping, scuba diving, water sports, fishing, dolphin spotting and submarine tours. If money is no object, then there are definitely a couple of days worth of activities here to mix up all the relaxation. Oh, and there's also a free gym too, with big weights and those exercise things. We really didn't use the gym, if I'm being completely honest, but we probably should have, given all the food we ate. Anyway, the one activity we did take advantage of was snorkeling. The snorkeling gear itself was free, but oddly, you have to pay $8 per person per day for a life jacket, which was one of my only gripes about this resort. It seemed a bit strange to charge people for wanting to keep safe when the snorkeling equipment itself was free. But nevertheless, with the added benefit of our room backing into the sea, it became a daily activity to grab the GoPro and swim with the fishes. Most of the time you are kept out of the currents due to some rock breaks in the water, so even less confident swimmers shouldn't have a problem. The pool also ticked all of its required boxes, along with a jacuzzi and infinity view, but again, having our water villa, we mostly stuck to the sea for any bathing. Let's get this out of the way by saying that the food at Coral Reef is fantastic. There is so much variety and quality presented, it's often hard to imagine it's all coming from one kitchen. There are 3 main restaurants. There is Latitude, which is the main location for breakfast and is also open for lunch and dinner. It looks right out onto the beach and is a perfect spot to enjoy the wildlife over a morning coffee or evening dessert. The second is Open the Grill, an alfresco restaurant, making a great alternative for dinner under the stars. During the day it serves pizzas, and at night turns its attention to Central and South American cuisine. And finally, there is the Reef Bar. Here they serve lighter snacks, and it's more a place to relax with some refreshing drinks. There's also some ping pong and a pool table to test your skills. One night here, over some cocktails, we also really enjoyed hearing a talented duo perform an acoustic set. Breakfast at the Latitude was, for me, a holiday in and of itself. We were staying as half-board and were just overwhelmed with the options. First, you are presented with an a la carte menu, which you can order multiple dishes from. Everything you are seeing here is from that menu, and it changes daily. It would go from French to Japanese to English to Mexican to local to Chinese to Indian to Sri Lankan to American. This was the nicest French toast I've ever had. Look at the bounce on this. Soaked in cinnamon flavoured egg custard with whipped cream and maple syrup. And then, once that was over with, there was the actual breakfast buffet itself. I just don't know what else to say apart from it was great. Again, it was amazing how one team of chefs can master so many different cuisines. The only thing I found hard to swallow was the $7 charged per bottle of water during your meal. Considering this is the same water as provided for free in your room, it feels a bit unnecessary. The Maldives can often be seen as a once-in-a-lifetime experience, but even after keeping our eyes open for deals, we never quite found an offer that felt justifiable. So here's how we did it, and please comment below with any tips or suggestions that you may have. These tips go for pretty much anywhere in the Maldives and not just the Coral Reef. The first thing we decided was to go half board. We had initially planned on going full board or all-inclusive, but especially when the breakfasts are so good and filling, we found that sharing a pizza for lunch was more than enough. We also aren't big drinkers, which meant that all-inclusive wasn't really beneficial from that side either. After emailing Vivanta, we found that if we wanted to upgrade from half board to all-inclusive, it would be an extra $150 per person per day, and for us, we just couldn't justify it. Half board was therefore perfect for us. If we had gone with breakfast only, it would have certainly been less value for money overall. To give you an idea of the a la carte prices, a pizza for lunch was $40 US. With drinks and service charge, that's easily $50 per head for a pizza, albeit a good one. Now, given that everywhere in the Maldives is an island, there are certainly reasons why costs are higher than normal, but the point is, it's advisable to look at food packages beforehand so costs are more easily managed. There are then no surprises once you arrive, and you can just enjoy the food and forget about the price. For ourselves, being based in the UK, we often use a website called Secret Escape to book our holidays, which I've linked to in the description below. This site offers luxury accommodation with some great discounts. We were able to get a deal during March, which is one of the best months to visit the Maldives, for around £1,800 altogether. This was for 2 adults, over 4 nights in a water villa, at half board, including a sunset cruise, a couples massage, and a return boat transfer to the island. We found this to be a really good deal. We could have saved a few extra £100 if we'd have opted for the beach villa, but as mentioned, the water villa was a must for us. I've also linked below to Vivanta's website to check official prices for yourself. but be prepared to spend around $800 per room per night for a water villa during peak season and $430 per night for a beach villa. And those are both just with breakfast included, so it's always worth keeping an eye out for deals on third-party websites. The second thing we did for price is kind of a hack, so bear with me while I explain. We actually flew to the Maldives following a week's holiday in Sri Lanka. If we counted the Maldives costs as separate to what we would have spent in Sri Lanka, it did make it a more reasonable price on a per-country basis. One reason for this is that the 1-hour flight from Colombo is a comparatively cheap add-on. 2, it meant that staying for 4 nights became more appropriate. Normally for a long-haul destination, there's an unofficial rule that you want to stay long enough to justify the flight time and the cost to get there. This post-Sri Lanka excursion made 4 nights seem just right, and 4 nights in the Maldives is a lot more affordable than 7 nights in the Maldives. And finally, it also acted as a great contrast to all the travelling and culture and activity we'd experienced in Sri Lanka. If you are interested in this beautiful country, then please check out our full week exploring Sri Lanka, which I'll link to in the video and description below. If you found this video useful, please give it a like since it really helps us spread the word and is appreciated. Do check out my other Maldives video, as well as our growing back catalogue of travels around the world. Thanks for watching, Suitcase Monkey.